I'm Sabrina, and I'm bringing my friends along to test out different stress relievers. I'm hoping that while doing this series, I can break down the stigmas around stress and how we cope with it. This week, we're trying out teas and talking through our troubles. This is Stress with Sabrina. I'm here with Kayla Smits, and we are doing stress relievers together.
Yes.
So, to start off, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your stress? 1, you're relaxed, you're calm. 10, you're feeling a lot of stress and anxiety.
At the current moment, I'd say probably about a 4.
4? So, why a 4? What is a stressor in your life? What is something that's been stressing you out?
Gotta have to say school. I know we're like on break now, but it's still just a little distressing knowing that we're graduating in a few months, which I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
but it's still just like I feel like there's so many things that can go wrong between now and then.
Yeah, I can feel that. What do you usually use to manage your stress?
Well, I think the main one that I use would be crying. Cry a lot.
I feel that. Do you have like a cry journal? I know a couple people have like a picture keeper cry journal.
I have
a
cry count. I counted yesterday, and I think I'm at about 15 this month.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, July 25, so
I feel that.
It could be worse.
I think I'm very excited about this episode because you and I are opposites in many capacities, especially
so funny.
in how emotionally, because I do not cry. I really rarely cry.
Yeah.
So let's go to our first stress reliever, which we have right here. Tea. So tea is a widely popular drink. It's very popular for its very calming effects, and that's because of a chemical in most tea called theanine. So theanine is a mood regulator. When you consume it, it helps reduce stress, reduce cortisol, and a lot of teas like chamomile, black, peppermint, a lot of those teas have theanine. So we're gonna be having. So what are we drinking?
I have just a chai latte.
And I have the Mint Majesty, which I'm very excited about. I love peppermint teas. They're my favorite, which is so good. So while we sip, may I ask, how does stress affect your life or like your day-to-day, basically? Are you stressed very often?
I would say yes. I get stressed pretty easily, and I don't handle it particularly well, which is just a nice little, just makes it all that much better. I just get overwhelmed by things really easily, and it just causes me to not think through things very clearly, or not be able to think through things very clearly. Like my brain is just foggy. So that's probably the biggest one. I just get overwhelmed super easily and then end up crying 15 times.
So now that we've had some of our tea, let's rank it. In order to quantify how much we like a stress reliever, we're going to give it a ranking out of 10 after answering 4 simple yes or no questions. Now, just because we like or don't like a stress reliever doesn't mean you will or won't like it. So feel free to give these a try. To start, did you like your tea? Do you like your tea?
Yes, I love tea.
Is tea difficult to find? Is it difficult to make or drink or anything?
No, I actually make it before school sometimes. I just have a box of chai packets that I whip out every once in a while.
And like from a Keurig to like throwing a mug in the microwave or like just buying it from undisclosed popular store brand, it's very, very easy to find. Even Mimi's Coffee sells their peppermint matcha is one of the best matchas I've ever had, and I don't really like matcha. And then their raspberry tea is...
Yes, you get that all the time.
It's so good, and it's pink, which I love.
Love.
Did it help with your stress? Does this help? Are you a little bit calmer now?
I actually would say yes. It's keeping me warm, and it just tastes good.
And would you recommend it to others?
For sure.
So how would you rank it out of 10 as a stress reliever?
I give it probably an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10? 8 out of 10? This feels a lot like, I mentioned this feels a lot like the tier list.
No, it really does.
Where we have a desk in front of us and we're talking about things and rating them. So what would you rank of S through F, what would you rank it?
I'd probably give it A.
I think a lot of tea is like a solid A tier.
Yeah. Sad that because it's not it ends. You run out of tea.
Our next stress reliever it has to do with these teas again. It's warmth. This cup of tea can help in a couple of ways. First, holding something soft or warm or cold can actually help distract your body when it's stressed. So a lot of if you're feeling very anxious, you can hold an ice cube and it'll help you feel better because it distracts your brain from that anxious feeling into why am I holding an ice cube, So this is very similar. It also, and this is kind of funny, the warmth from this cup simulates human touch. So rather than holding someone's hand, You get to hold a cup of tea, which is arguably better.
And something that's actually attainable.
Exactly. So, have we warmed up to the idea of this? Yeah. Let's rate it. So, do you like this? Do you like holding something warm and yeah?
It's nice.
Mm-hmm. Is it difficult to do?
Nope.
So easy. And you can do this with like a lot of people like prefer ice drinks. That is similar. If you're just like anxious, you're just like, okay, hold the ice drink. Does it help with your stress? Or do you feel a little bit more relaxed when you're holding something warm?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Would you recommend this to others?
Yes.
Yeah. So how does it rank out of 10?
I think I'd probably give this one a 7.
I'd say it's 7. Yeah. All right. So on to our next stress reliever. Our last stress reliever is just a walk. In the wise words of Elle Woods, endorphins make you happy, and happy people don't kill their husbands. They just don't. Have you ever gotten help with stress?
Yes, I actually have been going to therapy for like, I think a year and a half now.
Yeah.
And that's been really, really great.
Yeah. What would you recommend to others who are stressed? Like what resources or even just like what stress relievers do you do personally?
Yeah. The first one would probably just be like listening to music or something, because I would say that for most people that calms them down, and that's a very accessible thing. Like unless you like don't have a phone, you can probably listen to music anywhere, and that, you know, it's the distraction too. And if you can afford it, therapy is a great option. I have really appreciated it. It helps me understand myself better so I don't feel insane.
How would you rate walking as a stress reliever?
I enjoy it. It's nice, especially if you're outside, because you can look at the scenery. Everything looks a little dead right now because it's December.
Yeah.
But if it was like spring, it would be pretty.
Or even like running into dogs in the trail or just being outside, especially if you've been like cooped up in school or cooped up like just in your room for a while. It's a nice break, a nice change of pace, something different. So yeah, does walking help with your stress? Do you feel a little more relaxed?
Yeah, because then you're like putting your energy into something else, and it gets you also not in the same place for as long. You're not staring at, like at school, you're not staring at the same exact picture on the wall across from you.
Yeah. Would you recommend this to others? Would you recommend walking to others? Yeah. And how does walking rank as a stress reliever out of 10?
I'd probably actually give it a 9.
9 out of 10?
It's nice,
Yeah.
especially in the summer. Well, like spring and in quarantine, it was really nice.
I did a lot of walks during quarantine. I really got to know the neighborhood. There's a lot of great trails around Westfield. We're here at the one in Asa Bales, but we're at the intersection of Midland, Monon's near here. There's also Grand Park and a lot of like, even if you are like, hey, it's 30 degrees, snowing, freezing, ice, sleeting, rain. There's so many like other opportunities to like go work out somewhere, whether that being joining a club sport, joining a gym membership, things like that. A lot of accessibility to like go, even just doing some casual exercise and things like that.
Yeah.
Always good for you.
I mean, the Monon is such a great resource.
It is.
It's like, it goes from Sheridan to downtown Indy. So you could walk to Bubs or further than that.
Thank you for joining us today. We've had our tea, we've had our talks. As always, any stress you have is valid, and so are you. Feel free to reach out to your friends if you're feeling stressed. Get conversations up about stress with others, with your friends, with your family, with trusted adults and things like that. As always, thank you for coming along, and thank you for existing. Bye! Bye!